The FCC, in a letter yesterday, pushed back against a wanted probe by the New York Attorney General into comments relating to the net neutrality record of the FCC. Um, this story effectively is what one could consider a filler video, where if there were more information that was just coming out repeatedly and regularly, I probably wouldn't speak about it, but it does touch on something of noteworthiness, which is the idea that the FCC, even if its members aren't necessarily entirely corrupt, there are shady practices being done underhand or in the background by various companies. And that was quite evident with much of the criticism that's been levied at the FCC chairman, Ajit Pai, whose name I finally was able to pronounce correctly starting with last week. And it's very apparent to most that no one who isn't purchased or bought out would want to roll back things that are not restricting of the internet, and basic things that allow service providers to not be able to say, well, we don't like this website, so you're going to have to wait an hour for it to load, or we're going to make it cost more to just do things you're already able to do. Oh, you want to go on I don't know, BurgerKing.com, you don't want it to be an hour to load? Well, just pay 50 more bucks. Things of that nature are seen by myself and a very large group of other people as ridiculous and absurd, because we don't have someone sticking, I don't know, 100,000 or a million into our pockets or mouths and making us become quiet and complacent with whichever very unpopular position that the powers that be may have. And this is something I've been trying to say for a while now, when people talk about, oh, you're supporting this party, you're trying to sway me toward that party. There's corruption on both sides. I hate making this political. It really shouldn't be seen as political, because I would think most of us would want internet that isn't in the hands of donors and special interest groups that are able to get away with bribing the people who can make these drastic choices. That shouldn't be partisan. But unfortunately, as we've spread more into the various forms of division that have continued to bother and plague society for years, we see a continued effort created by people primarily on the political front that will insist to you, I oppose this because my conservative values tell me this. I'm in support of this because my liberal values tell you that. How about just leaving it alone is really what should be here. And I want people to think about this. You're going to see the FCC chairman and other people who identify as conservative, and they're not all like this, but a lot of people who are in office that say they're conservative are going to tell you, we need to, and this is what Pi is saying, this will help free enterprise, this will assist businesses, this will make the internet a place for prosperous growth in relation to things being started up by people such as yourself and I. When in reality, he does not relate to yourself or I, because we're not, at least I'm not, taking cash from donors in exchange for voicing support for positions that I would otherwise, discounting that bribe, have no reason to back. And it blows me away that I go on here daily and see people talking about X, Y, and Z, whether it's some new game or some new, just anything. And it's not wrong to think of those things, but there is a price we are going to pay in a couple of days for having allowed individuals of this nature to be appointed, allowing the people who appoint these people to be reelected. And really the only thing we can do from this point onward is to just endure, to just get ready for the abyss of just abysmal nature we're going to have to deal with for the next possibly 3 to 7 years, if not longer. Yeah, Turner, the government is an oligarchy. But remember, Citizens United is not, I can guarantee you there is a very, very large portion of people who aren't familiar with what that was. and I might have to end up doing a separate video about it, laying down some of the framework in relation to what happened. But if that was back in place, I am very convinced we would not be going through what we're experiencing now. And one has to remember, there is attention being diverted by both members of, by both major parties to things that are divisive, such as these various shootings or any type of incident that doesn't just resonate with the average man. And this is something that should resonate with the average man, but it's not, because the two average men, for example, might say, hey, we agree that we should both be able to use internet without someone telling us what is going to go fast and what isn't going to go fast. But, you know, he likes Trump and I like Hillary. Let's fight. It shouldn't be that way. And that's something they know is the case, but that they know they can exploit as well to keep things in place, to keep up this continuity of just infighting and lack of unity that will continue to perpetuate the persistent system of oligarchy, as was stated by Turner a couple of moments ago. So it's horrible. It got off topic, this video. I'm kind of in a mood of, oh well. We'll have plenty more topics in relation to this to go over, but I just want us all to be prepared and braced for it. It's coming. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.